audio, by the way.
Sure. After defeating Nasrallah and Zoramos at the fort on the hill, um, you, with help from Dex, deployed a bug at the location that is supposedly their forward fortress, where they use a teleport circle to get from wherever their base is um, to the turf that they control. Much like their brother Morio did. In the time since planting the bug that lets Dex and whoever else is monitoring it use the obelisk network to take a visual on the fort from above, safely hidden. It has not been discovered. Reports are that there has been no movement in or out of the fort since you placed that device. And that was a few weeks ago now.
Sir, if we had a long rest, excuse me.
You have had a long rest, and you can click the button and
you.
you can do your spell prep if you want to change your prepared spells and everything. The bug that you planted, it does run on a battery, same as all the other obelisks. So it will need to be retrieved while you're here, if able. Aside from that, in the meantime, the commission has been reticent to move forward in the Redshift zone because of the potential patrols of the giant and his sister and their minions. The commission has been making fortifications around Aris's tower, building it up. You've all been helping with that. And you have been basically the forward line for the past month or two. And while doing that, you discovered Chose and the immense glass wall that cuts it in half and seems to bisect the valley between the two mountain ranges that Chose sits between. While at Chose, for the first time, you met Kieran and Holtzman, and some stuff happened. And after returning to Aris's tower, it was decided that since nothing has been seen of the dragon princelings, now would be the appropriate time to go try to interfere with their fortress with their teleport circle, like you did for Morio. And if they are not home, make sure they can't come back here again. What was that?
Just reiterating, I said take the fortress.
Yeah. Now, I think we can get right into it, so I think I'm just going to throw you all onto the world map.
Sounds good.
Unless there's anything you want to do before that.
I would like a plethora of rope. Maybe some grappling hooks, some pitons. I'm just suggesting things to the group.
Okay, yeah. There's definitely time for prep time. So give me a sec.
I have 2 lengths of rope.
And can I get some quicklime?
I don't think you guys have quicklime at the tower.
Okay. I wouldn't know if we had that kind of stuff yet because of the kind of constructions that we've been doing. Oh no, sir, went mute. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I just had to type something. And yeah, for what you've been constructing, it's mostly been dirt, stone, and wood taken from the nearby forests.
Okay. Yeah, the idea, just if anybody else wanted to know, was to securely fashion our pitons into the side of the mountain wall or wherever we might be climbing. Use some druid magic to make it go a little bit faster, just so we know we're secure in case we come up to any foes or whatever. Fighting on the side of the mountain would be really scary.
Totally.
Oh, that's basically it. And I wouldn't be able to talk to Smitty about the idea that I had for Keen's transportation fireball thing.
You could get him through the comm system if you want.
So basically, I need to know if there is a material that can expand like a ball and withstand heat, but it expands when it gets hot.
So, okay. Can you explain your reasoning further?
So, if we have a thing that can expand when it gets hot, let's say like a balloon that's shaped a certain way,
Yeah.
either we can do the super simple thing and just give it like a ball of death mode, right? Where, she activates fire mode, we make our connection, and then this like suit that she has over her becomes like a literal keet ball or a hamster ball, you know what I mean? And then we can make use of the mobility and stuff of that. But what I was thinking is, what if we can control the flames so that we can expand balloon-like stuff to then automate the moving armor that I want so that we can have a true battle rat?
So you're essentially attempting to invent heat-driven hydraulics without the hydro.
I mean, the hydraulics could be there. It's just really what Alvis Taver, from his ideas and understanding of stuff, wouldn't be that it's the water getting hot, it's the heat and maybe the material that can withstand the heat that's doing the thing. I don't think Alvis Taver is intelligent enough to maybe understand hydraulics in the way that it would drive something.
But I think I understand what you're getting at.
But if anybody else who he talks to could put that together, I mean, he would definitely pick that up. I think maybe after like an explanation. Like, Red isn't to the knowledge, but I don't feel like he's clever enough to figure it out.
Well, yeah, so Gabora, Smithy's assistant, is partially steam powered, as you know. So the idea of having just a heat source inside the machine is partly viable. The thing that needs to be done is that you kind of have to give it a brain, right? You need Keen to be able to know what movement moves which part, right? Like how does Keen walk? How does Keen jump? And that sort of thing.
I'd figure I'd get like help from my dear friend Nyan how to animal train. I mean, I've already trained Keen to come to their name. I heard rats were as smart as dogs.
Oh, sure, yeah, and she's very smart as a familiar. Intelligent enough to understand directions and stuff like that, and convey information in certain ways. But it's more about the mechanisms of the thing. Like if you have like a heat source, you need to be able to kind of define directions that the heat can go into the machine, right?
Yeah, exactly. Which is
So
kind of why I was thinking like a ball, but hear me out on the ball thing, because I need to be able to like either the rat still needs to be able to move in the thing, or I need to be able to carry it. And so I wanted it to be outside of the ball, but still attached to the ball. So
now,
like,
I think we might have reviewed this idea a little bit a while back, and I think one of the possibilities that we hit on was that Keen's interaction with this suit might be permanent.
yes, exactly. We did talk about that.
So you've already found a object that seems to respond well to her, or respond well to power. Um, the sort of ideal catalyst that you're looking for now, because Smithy, he can build like a rat mech for you. Like that's not hard for him. He can make it have moving parts, and he can like build it with a bunch of levers so that like you or him, a gnome, could reasonably sit on top of it, and with a little practice you could like walk it around the fort and everything. But this needs to be driven not by you on top of the robot.
Yeah, by Keen though.
It needs to be driven by your familiar, who is the robot. So there needs to be something that is both a power source and a device that Keen is able to merge with, something that is ideally meaningful to Keen and yourself, that can still serve as some kind of focus.
Tell me, where are we at with the progress of the heat modifier for my water cannon? We were going to take the residue from the first serpent we killed in the little heat gland and form it into a crystal, and then
what you have now are a handful of salamander heat glands that produce supernatural amounts of heat. To get into a usable form for what Nimbus wants, you need some kind of strong acid that can dissolve and crystallize this thing. In Albus Tavra's case, you may be able to generating some kind of heat crystal might help you like make a focus out of this. But there may be other options. You might be able to instead encase it in something and channel that power, something a little bulkier than something Nimbus would be able to put on a like a hand crossbow effectively. So there are options.
HQ is our home.
It is, but it is also merely a barrel.
How would we make the barrel the thing that you asked? Like, what's the difference then? I was attaching like memories and stuff like that.
Could you line the barrel with metal? It would be awfully hot, though.
Yeah. So of course the barrel itself would need modification. I meant would the here.
How did you keep yourself from going around and around and around?
Well, no, the rat inside of the barrel, which would become its body, and it was the heart of the barrel HQ. The rat would roll it like a rat ball, and so it would be like a tank, and then I could sit on top of it.
On top of the tank or on top of the rat?
The tank.
Of you don't want this.
You'd be log rolling.
Yeah, I was going to say, you'd have that. There's no way to put you on that without either you running along with it in order to kind of maintain like log rolling, or a lot of high tech to make a platform for you to sit on, like a one wheel.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say too.
It's going to like
the reason that shit costs as much as it does is literally your technological package inside.
Like a roller, exactly, like a paint roller. I was thinking that you could build something on the two axes right there, and that it can go forward that way. And
you will immediately nosedive without
like
the technological
like a
magic.
sled or a chariot is probably more what you're looking for.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, okay. So it pulls something?
Yeah.
Well, then you have another question, though, is Keen strong enough to be able to do that, or is she operating something that is steam-powered to give it enough oomph?
Operating the body of the HQ. The HQ would become her home, her essence, her being, like the Ava.
Keen is currently not strong enough to do this, obviously, right? The
whole
idea is giving her a focus that would make her stronger.
Is she locked into the barrel HQ forever, then?
I think that is the case. She would be a not mecha, how she's embedded into the case, and the key. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Essentially, from a mechanical sort of perspective, you would be in this scenario trading your find familiar spell for a magic item that is a robot.
That's essentially what I was thinking. Yeah. Except this robot has a soul. My familiar.
Right, it's sentient. So again, the main thing that is the issue of concern. Like we have the power, we have the technology. What is needed is the connective tissue between spirit and power and technology that will make it all work.
Okay. So I can't just ask, let's say, for the expanding device that I was thinking of, so that when Keen fires up, it can give her the extra oomph via the mechanics to push this barrel along and do stuff with it.
Keen needs to become part of whatever is the engine, essentially.
Okay, all right. I'm going to need to give her free reign of the barrel HQ and potentially gather some stuff for Keen then. That's what I think, at least. Just so that she can really make it a den, a home.
Well, and she needs to understand this huge change that's coming. Yeah, I mean, that's a really big change.
It did seem tentative, but willing to burst into flames. I wonder if it would make her feel more comfortable if your familiar was around, Nimbus, being on fire and all.
That's the fire emits light, but it's really not that hot. Like, I don't think if Badath sat on some dry tinder,
is not
would
hot.
light a flame.
Correct. Badath is a non-burning flame, more of a fairy fire sort of fire than like burning fire,
Yeah.
Well, then, I guess while we're traveling, Naya, if you could, I mean, you can talk to animals, and I can kind of communicate with my familiar in our own way. maybe we can get around how Keen feels about this and what kind of things they would need. They feel in order to proceed.
I can prepare speak with animals before we leave, but it could be costly in terms of there's not enough time. This is something we should have played with during the downtime. Not as we set off.
Yeah, I was kind of keeping it to myself because it was, just Albus Tower stuff.
Does to speak with animals work with spirit that takes a form you choose? It is a celestial fae or fiend instead of a beast. You can't actually speak with animals with a familiar. Fun fact.
I have to use speak with animals.
Yeah, it would be cool if you could. But yeah, they're different than animals. They're like a little bit of you, right? That you fragment off and bring forth into another shape as a assistant, kind of melding it with the essences of the map around you.
All right, I've changed my prepared spells. I've removed Thunderwave and added Speak with Animals.
Well, it won't work, so don't bother. Yeah.
It said that it wouldn't work.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
They're not technically animals.
Yeah, they're not beasts. They are. I think both of ours are Fae, right? Is Keen a Fae or is she a fiend?
I mean, she seems fiendish.
She's a little fiendish. Oil Slick is kind of fiendish.
Yeah, I mean, Albus Taver always thought she was Fae-like, but I mean...
Okay, she's a fiend, yeah.
Sure, whatever the DM says.
Stinky mouse that the paladin needs to learn to ignore. Or has
My
learned
dog.
to ignore.
Yeah. Always smells like fucking rancid rat.
Hey, don't say that about my baby.
Hey man, I don't assign the smells. I just smell them.
It's a sweet smell. Like pungent shit.
Precisely.
That's not rank. That's sweet.
It's more like fish. It's like, I know you haven't eaten any fish. Why do you stink like this?
Hey. Devils bathe frequently. Okay?
And what do they bathe in?
Mr. Defender of Devils over here.
Depends on the plane, really.
I was gonna say, they live in a society. I mean...
I live in a society.
Interesting. So yeah, if that's the case, I feel like then beyond having to find maybe materials that are significant in Keen's or to my eyes to make a rat hole with, I would also have to upgrade the barrel itself to be heat resistant and have tech. But also I'm wondering, is there a way to, other than the make your familiar a combat familiar with the warlock levels, which I can't do, is there a way to make her bigger, a rodent of unusual size?
Not permanently, I wouldn't say so. The effect of turning her into a size medium mech is what's going to get you that, basically.
Yeah,
or maybe,
exactly.
Maybe small, depending.
Right, she'd go from being a rat to being a barrel, basically.
So yeah, then the steps are laid before me. Is find adequate bedding material, or Keen finds adequate bedding material, and makes peace with her evolution like a Pokemon. And I upgrade the barrel in what is it? With the watchful eye of Smitty, because I feel like this is something I'm going to have to build with his guidance. Like, I can't just slot it off on him.
Yeah, if you line the barrel, like line the barrel with metal and then line the metal with wood, that should prevent her from getting burned.
Well,
But
I mean,
at the same time,
when
you need that metal, and then your whole steam mechanism, whatever that is.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, she wasn't catching fire when oh, sorry, she caught fire, but she wasn't in pain like I was when the flame was focused through each other when it was invoked. So I guess I also have to find the housing, the glove mechanism for my hand. And I mean, we have something with flame resistance, but that's not it's not flame proof. I would have to get a flame proof gauntlet.
Yeah. And magical flame proof material might be just the sort of thing that needs you could like encase this thing in and put a little spirit rat into.
Exactly.
Well,
All right.
the salamander skins are flame. They're immune to fire. It's just that the fire transfers through, so it's still gonna hurt us if we're hit by it.
Yeah,
right?
The scales and leather treated into something wearable by people it comes out to just be fire resistant. A lot of the reason that salamanders are completely immune is because, well, they're generating their own heat anyway. They're gonna be hotter than anything you're throwing at them. So they're elementals. But that doesn't necessarily mean that every single part of them will repel all of their particular element.
Well, my quest is to build an engine compartment and a fuel rod handler for my hand. Essentially,
can't you just use a mage hand?
I don't think I could. I want to recast my mage hand over and over and over again.
If this is something where you need to have your hand on the dial at all times, you probably have to use your real hand. If it's something where you just need to like flip a switch or something once, then mage hand would probably work.
Yeah, no, sustaining that flame felt like an all the time kind of thing.
Like, but that would depend on whether you have to do that after the fusion occurs or not.
Exactly. And I'm also, Alvis Taver is now wondering if the potential for this glove that is doing the focusing and everything will fuse to him as well. This is a possibility he has thought of, and he has made peace with.
It could be the price you have to pay.
He's definitely okay with that. I mean, it would look cool is actually the first thing he says in his mind. Idolizing Lucent, he might be a little desensitized to it. Maybe you would after this mission, after storming the castle and maybe finding some materials or not, I don't know. He'll ask Lucent about it. Actually, he's mulling over the question so that he can ask it tastefully.
Okay.
I've just that seems like a very real possibility.
Don't forget to include Maisie in all of this. She might have a little better idea of how to get animals and vehicle parts working together, seeing as it's her specialty.
You know, I totally forgot about Maisie.
How could you forget about Maisie? Oh, man.
She is
Alvis.
Yeah, she is
You guys are funny.
Much more on the mundane animal expertise. Familiars are, as far as the magic factor goes, a little bit out of her wheelhouse.
No, but she knows a little bit about ranges of motion, size to mass ratio, and trying to amplify it in different ways. Even if by mundane means, I'm sure her insight would be useful.
I would definitely want to ask her about small mechanisms and construction, and very specifically rat balls. Because right now, Alvis Taver's like a ball within the barrel with a thing on top. I think that's how this thing will look, but I don't know. The ball in the barrel would be able to drive the barrel.
You have also got 2, if not 3, people who are fused with a object, by the way, that you know.
Really?
Yeah, you've got Arisa, you've got the sleepy Guyvine, and you've got the grandmother who's fused with her tree.
I would have to go places to talk to them, though.
I was actually going to mention that Arisa actually made a device to like sever those kinds of connections, so she probably knows a thing or two about that beyond her own personal experience.
Interesting. So, like, making those connections might be something she knows about.
Right.
I might bring this up with Arisa if Alvis Taver would remember that. Because I don't. Or I didn't remember that.
Arisa's situation is a little...
I thought she didn't do it on purpose. That's all I meant.
It's a little mysterious even to her. She remembers that when the Redshift was coming, she was ready to keep her post and die. And she remembers that the proxy that she had in her tower came up with the idea to kind of absorb her consciousness to rescue her from that, because they figured that based on the reports that they were hearing, non-living structure has a better chance than living halfling to survive. What ended up happening in the end was that the proxy's consciousness was kind of subsumed, and Arisa has a lot of its memories, but is mostly herself, and now fully has the role that the proxy once had. She doesn't have any sort of connection to the original secretary, though. And the secretary is let me just double check that I'm not telling you lies.
Or secrets.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. So the original secretary at VES is the basis for the proxy. The proxy is a shard.
Like a personality?
Like what?
Like a personality? Like a piece of the secretary? Like, so there's a secretary and then there's the proxy, which is like what the secretary would do and be like in this place-ish.
Yes. And the secretary is a secretary and the proxy, and now Arisa are built into these very, very large structures. In Arisa's case, it was kind of this big red crystal sort of chandelier thing on the top floor of the tower that also had components all throughout the structure of her tower. Her tower itself being a sort of replica almost of the tower at Vess, a smaller one.
And so those that red crystal and those things throughout the tower, that's what helped her make this connection?
Right, that's what contains the proxies itself, right? So now Arisa as a ghost has been living inside the space the proxy was living in. But she and Dex have also figured out a way to interface with the obelisk network. And now she not only lives in the tower, but she lives inside the obelisks.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how she's able to fully materialize now as a full-bodied ghost.
So I guess I would want to ask her, and maybe also Decus, either at the same time or at different places, what kind of materials I would need to make this kind of connection with Keen, knowing what I do about what a familiar is. And being willing to take up that risk, that sacrifice of melding a bit of myself with the focus.
So the obelisks are made of mithril engraved with runes to produce the spell that they have. And the mithril, large quantities of mithril, by the way, there's a reason these things are expensive as hell. Large quantities of mithril using very large Kairos onyx buds as foci. And these pieces of onyx, as we've discussed in the past, are earthen stones that sort of grow like plants. There will be a central bud, and then they will sort of reproduce. And the central buds are the ones that are actually the ones you have to use for these obelisks. If you take off one of the leaves, for lack of a better term, it will sort of die and not be as useful anymore.
I just had an idea with him saying that to me. Do you mind if I interrupt?
Go ahead.
So, with what Alvis Tavern knows about mining, has he seen silver crystals?
Yeah, probably.
Alvis Tavern takes out his birthday present, the silvered mirror, and wonders if this could be worked to make a similar structure. Knowing what he knows about silver crystals, he doesn't know if there's a alchemical way with acids or anything. Player knowledge, like I'm not going to say like that means anything, but he doesn't know any of the chemistry ways to get silver crystals, but he's seen them.
So,
but yeah, that hand mirror he got from he got from his guild.
You're looking at this idea of these magical onyx are able to act as foci. The red crystals that the proxy used are able to act as foci. Why not this silver thing that you have if you could somehow convert it into a crystal?
Yeah, exactly. And it's also it's mirrored silver too, so it's been polished right up. Like this is as pure as silver as you can really get. It's a piece of work. He also has a bunch of like smaller gems too, if that would add to any of the make as well. 2 blue and 2 green. He doesn't have 6 small gems anymore. I should edit
that. So just checking the mirror itself. The mirror part is solid silver, and then I assume it has like a wooden or metal frame or something.
Yeah, I figured that it was like a recessed mirror, just because you said silvered mirror and kind of left it to that. And so I kind of figured it was like framed, like a small circle, and you held it in your hand.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You were expected to polish it too. It was like one of those kinds of things. It will last a long time, made of a good material, but you got to polish it. And Elvis being fastidious as is, that's not beyond his character. Like the other gems are inconsequential to him in this ultimate like idea that he just had with the crystals acting as part of the focus and the wires, if you will, throughout the device. It's really the mirror, because that was a birthday present, and honestly one of the most valuable to him, he believes, because it was given to him abroad. It means that the guild thinks about him.
Yeah, and an item that is meaningful to the caster is also pretty important. In this particular case with the familiar. It's worth a try, maybe.
I give the items to Smitty, looking sad as I give away the mirror.
Well, you'll have to do it when you get back to Orvis next time.
Absolutely.
Damn, Zeus.
Yeah, I would send for the items to be sent away to Smitty so he can keep them at least.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Well, that is a work in progress. Is everybody else ready to go adventuring?
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to do the usual encounter checks then?
Yes, I do.
All right.
So everybody, if you could roll initiative.
Our tokens are at the bottom, right?
Correct. They're in the ocean.
That was cool. That was on a 7-second delay. That's awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, there's plenty of lag.
Great. Roll 20. Keeping it going as usual.
Oh, well, she's consistent.
It's especially bad after playing in a few weeks of Fantasy Grounds where I just click a button and roll initiative for the party.
Totally.
That's the target, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what supplies did we actually grab?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah, I was gonna ask because I wanted to grab basically about 100 feet of rope.
I think we're
think
gonna
Naya
need more
said
than
I've
that.
got 100 feet of rope on me.
How far is the distance? How far did we figure it was?
From where to where?
From the top of the
From the bug to the roof, basically.
Yeah.
I think we said it was less than 100 feet, so I think it's something you'd be able to manage with that.
We should probably get a few lengths of 100, though.
Yeah, I mean at least one per person, right?
Yeah, I mean we can keep them on that mount, just grab them off the saddlebag or whatever.
Right
there. Because we have absolutely no idea how deep this thing is. In fact, if that was, something that we would have been planning for this entire time, I probably would have had a couple 100-foot rope ladder sort of things put together.
Yeah, there is plenty of rope here at the fort. And if you want to have spent some downtime making a say 200 feet of rope ladder, that can be arranged.
Sounds good. And then with that,
Naya would have helped with that.
Getting a couple of, I guess, weights or grappling hook sort of things. Something that can be thrown with enough weight to project it forward so it doesn't just fall straight down. And is able
grappling hooks are an item in the, I think. Grappling hook, yeah, it's an item in the adventuring gear.
Cool. Then getting a couple of those, maybe 6.
Likewise, a collection of pitons wouldn't be a bad idea either.
Yeah. So that way, instead of just having one for each end of the rope on our end, we can tack it down really good. Use all of that rope.
Can we get a?
How much do pitons cost?
For now, these are going to be supplied by the commission for you.
Right on.
Or assuming you're bringing most of the stuff back anyway, so just take what's here.
Yeah, I mean that would be the hope. Obviously, you have to make a quick escape for some reason, that things might get left behind. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, or climb that ladder, whatever.
I'm happy to grow the hemp to make some new rope if we have to. I mean.
And Ember Green, can we get you to roll initiative on the world map?
Went to go get some food.
Oh, he did. Okay. I will roll it for him.
Thank you. What was the Ghostbuster again?
That sounds like the thing Arissa made to allow you to kill her, basically. Or anybody else in a similar situation to her.
Okay. It's a good thing not to forget about, just laying around in my pouch.
Yes, it is essentially a remote with a button that you can, push, and it will resonate with ghosts who have been attached to objects and not tested for obvious reasons, but theoretically will allow them to move on.
I keep that in my flint and tinder box so it never gets accidentally pushed.
It's good.
Brilliant. I can finally bring my crowbar along and it will be useful.
Good.
Nope, don't mind me.
I'm wondering, since we're going in a mountain, I also feel glad that I still have my small caged canary.
Oh yeah, you mean in case we have to go subterranean?
Yeah. For Lumpkin.
Well, I mean, there's also an active fucking lava trench, so that might be useful above ground too.
Yeah, right.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
yeah, dude, gas sucks.
Sounds like we're all here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
If everybody was wondering, the canary's name's Jerry.
Jerry the canary.
So what's the traveling pace going from RS's tower? It is the 20th of a Hernus. A fine spring day for you. And the Redshift has cleared.
I would like to stop along the ways to check our traps, but we should make haste.
I think your traps are further south, right? They're along the coast mostly.
Yeah, because we went the long ways, didn't we?
Yeah, we went by boat.
Okay, never mind. Well then, we'll just be able to check the one that's up there.
But yeah, like if Nimbus is willing to pull his Phantom Steed trick so that we can get double movement,
of course,
we should do that.
Yeah, we should probably do the full speed thing that we've been doing.
Okay, 8 per day, so that means everybody will move 2. The first move is free.
Well,
Ember Green, you're up.
Oh.
We're heading down here.
Yeah.
Isn't Demura's first lookout where the bug is though?
No.
That was the high point that you mapped the place with.
Oh yeah, because we went and rest up. I remember now.
Doesn't even remember.
Yeah, the bug is just outside the fort.
Yeah.
That would be an excellent bug if it could see that far away.
Yeah. All right, so Ember Green, you have 2 hexes of movement for free, and then we'll go to Alvis's turn, and he will roll the counter check.
Word. We are headed here?
No, you're headed to the southeastern fort.
Oh, okay, wait. Let me zoom out a little bit. I get it. Okay.
Let's turn it into the intro of Buck Rogers over there. And if you get that joke, you're fucking old.
Yep. All right, here we go. Two hexes.
Okay, perfect. And yeah, no checks on the first one, so you're good. Alvis, you're up. So move 2 and then roll the encounter check. 11. 11's fine. Nimbus is up.
All right.
Same deal.
Go in the same direction. Okay. There it is.
Okay, hit the encounter button, please. 9. Okay. So you are moving at an adequate speed when something rainbow colored catches your eye on a nearby tree branch that you are coming up upon.
Anybody know what that is?
No, but having seen a rainbow thing already, I would be wary.
I'm on high alert looking for that damn rabbit.
Okay.
What kind of bird was it that cussed us out that one time?
Crow.
Okay, I was thinking the opposite of rainbow.
Yeah. Albus Tower, as you pull your steed to a halt near this thing, you see what looks like a pixie, except she has way too many wings, way too many eyes, and is reclining on a branch, sipping something out of an acorn.
Hark, Fey folk. Do you wish to dine and share stories?
She says, "Hey,
I have drink if you wish to share." And I hold up my wine skin. Why don't you come down from it? My name is Alvis Taver. Green.
She looks at the one she's holding with all four of her eyes and tips it out over the side of the branch. It's empty already.
Surely you need more drink if that one is already dry. Your cup is broken.
It has a hole in it.
Good point, Amber Green. We are not the enemy of Fae if you are not the enemy of us. We actually seek information if you have sus.
She sizes you up, but eventually hops off her branch, and all the layers of her wings, of which there are shapes and routes that are not really correct, flutter, and she'll hover in front of you and say, "Alvis Taver, Nyatha."
I give her a bow. A pleasure, Nyatha.
I'll trade information for wine.
I give her, well, I have a shot. It's still maybe a little big for her, but
Oh,
shot.
She'll just hold out her acorn.
Oh, okay. I'll pour out some for her. And while pouring, I will ask, do you know anything about the castle to the south? At the very bed of the mountains.
The one with the lava.
Precisely.
That place. You look like you're in a hurry. You're not going there, are you?
Oh, we are.
It seems so interesting.
What did you say, Montlaur?
I said it seems so interesting.
We thought we'd go spelunking.
Yeah, I had a couple friends who said that once. They got their wings burned off.
Ah, but you see, did they have fire-resistant tights? And I slapped my leg.
Fireproof pants.
Like in a creepy sort of like sexual way, you know, like, look at this meat.
Yeah. She says, well, you're taller. Not as tall as the guy who lives there.
Tall folk overcompensate with their height. We small folk know that we can get around. You especially must know that.
That is true. I'm assuming that you're granting her free refills.
Oh yeah, of course. I might even ask then after maybe one or two refill. What does she know about the tall man that lives in that castle? I heard that it's been pretty quiet recently. It's part of the reason we want to go check up on him. He's kind of a friend.
We've played before.
We have played games before. Field games.
You don't seem like a friend of theirs. Friends of theirs come around here and burn things down.
Oh no, we're not.
Well, we're friendly.
We're not members of their family, but we have played games with them before.
They're growing up, you see. They want new encounters.
We know those fuckers is all.
Yeah, some people need to be taught a lesson through games. Do you understand?
Sorry, I had to play some games with a larger bug.
Wow, you have bugs already?
Huh. Yeah.
God, the fruit flies in my fucking store.
We're still getting snow here.
God, the cockroaches in my fucking garage.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
A couple months ago or something, we had
we get the kind you can eat.
We haven't had hail this bad in 35 years or something like that. 35, 36 years. And they called it snow. They said the fire department was doing snow training exercises on the rare occasion that they got it in the city.
It did snow on the Santa Monica Pier one time that I remember in my lifetime when I was in junior high or high school. It was legit snow. It did melt right away, but it was not hail.
Yeah.
No.
I was going to say, it also snowed in Irvine when I was 12 years old. It was
It's not.
We've had more snow
in Southern California.
We've had more snow in the last 23rd 5 weeks than we've had from October to March 15th.
Yeah, I know. I've been laughing about it because I've been like, I am so glad I moved where I moved.
Fine.
Meanwhile, right, I have people renovating my house out there, and they're just like, "Sorry, bro, can't get there. Foot of snow on the ground." I'm like, "Oh, woke up to a foot of sunshine this morning." Me.
A foot of sunshine. Nice.
What a brat.
I pay for it.
Yes, you do.
Kind of seriously though, like on my tens, I put in my earbuds and I literally sunbathe on our outside patio area. It's kind of the best. It smells like flowers and the sea.
I'm so jelly.
Yeah, we're at the point of the year where it smells like jasmine all the time.
That's wonderful.
It's expensive.
Okay,
the best part of that
back
area,
to talking
for sure.
to the funny looking pixie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked her about the big men and told him that we were friends. Then we had that exchange about playing field games together, and I said something about them growing up wanting new encounters, and then Mutlaren said lessons can be taught with games, and some deserve those lessons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She says, "Well, I'll be real with you. I don't go there, but they come around here a lot."
You said they light stuff on fire. I'm sure you don't appreciate that. We're fixing to play a prank on them. Would you like to help?
As fun as that sounds, you can feel free to risk your own skin on that.
Oh, I don't mean helping with the siege of the tower. I mean, you could help us in other ways, and we can keep giving you wine.
Help how?
Well, you see, we have a fun place a little ways of here. It's already known about between our friend and such. We were wondering, if perhaps you know of things around the local area that can help us make roots, because we like the forest the way that it is, and we don't want them burning it down anymore. It's part of the reason why we're playing these games.
We're trying to teach them not to.
What do you mean make roots?
Well, I mean, awfully frequent events happen here. And those events, though fun sometimes, they cause relative harm. We would like to establish ourselves in various small locations so that others may enjoy the wilderness as is, and we can establish, roots. We can grow fields, other trees, rather than burn them down. Roots of walls and roots of buildings.
Walls, buildings, and fields.
Wine. Grape fields.
Well. Do you need that many?
Oh, I mean, not now. Maybe in the future, but for now we are more worried about the burning of the fields, rather than the planting of enough for many, many. And we wouldn't deforest this area. There is much better land towards the south of us.
In truth, we're more concerned with what to do with the land that's already been burned and how to restore it. You understand.
Exactly. Listen to the elf. They know of such things.
Well, he managed to scare the crap out of that giant. And his sharky gal he keeps on his shoulder.
Albus Tabber blushes. Oh, you've seen our games.
You? No, I've never seen you before in my life. Sorry.
Oh?
Did you see them come running by?
I might have been lucky enough to, catch an eyeful from a knothole once or twice.
We apologize for any undue harm that might have come to you in their flight.
Usually, though, it's their serpents.
Yes. I will also gesture to my pants and go, yes, we're familiar with them.
She nods.
Gesture to my pants.
Oh, your pants are also fireproof.
I'm like, just imagine the look, like what you just did. Step forward, right foot forward,
She's fake.
Too. Yep, slap the thigh. This sucker could resist so much fire.
Excellent.
Slap the thigh. I was going to go there, but then decided no. I shouldn't do that.
She says, well, if you want a piece of advice,
anything from a local.
If you're gonna go mess those guys up, I say you're a lot taller than me, I think if you sat, you don't look like you've done it before. If you sat in the red mist for a few days, a couple weeks, maybe You know, you could get a lot stronger that way.
Oh. Though your advice does hold the key, the ring of wisdom, I would say that I am contracted and obliged by more than one source to not do such a thing. He holds out his letter of introduction from his guild and says, not only does this assign to the first people a powerful group with many connections that I would not want to damage, being that I am their property, I also have made dealings with devils, Salmus, Stygian man he is. Salmus would hate to see a business partner be affected in such a way, for we have future dealings as well that require me not to be misted.
She doesn't care about the paper and doesn't read it.
He doesn't have to read it. It's just a thing. He might have even just flipped it back after holding it out. It's a prop.
Credibility prop, yeah. I actually have a question. Has the mist made you stronger?
Hell yeah, look at me. I can fly for 3 days straight. I can see further. I can hear better.
Huh. I don't mean to ask improprietous questions, so please stop me if I've overstepped my bounds, but I have to admit I'm curious. Do all of your eyes see the same things?
She winks with the top left one, and she says mostly.
Fascinating. I have to admit, our kind tends to fear the transformations of things like this mist. I'm surprised to see someone so brave.
Well, it was pretty weird when I woke up one day. Saw myself in the pool. Didn't realize it was me at first. But then I realized it's way better.
How long have you been in this area with?
How old am I? 36.
So you've always been out here?
Yeah.
How long did it take to change you?
I think I was 12.
Wow. Your kind must be particularly resilient to change.
Have you met anyone else that's been improved by it?
I kind of do my own thing. I have a few friends here and there, but the giant, the snakes, the other monsters around the woods, you learn not to keep friends for too long out here. I like being alone anyway.
Yes, the benefits of time to oneself are indeed great, but look at this wine. How could you get any without the company of others?
Yeah.
You do admittedly seem none the worse for wear for your solitude. I'll grant you that. I think what my friend Alvis is trying to say, though, is that, friends often come with unexpected benefits.
Dirty.
That's you, buddy.
Well, true as that may be, I'm not sure if I necessarily want to make friends with people who are about to go get eaten by a giant. No offense.
Precisely why I ask you make friends with people who aren't. Not us, per se. I mean, we are just heralds of friends. But, if perhaps more wine is what you are after, we perhaps know people whom have better questions than us.
I mean, honestly, I guess what we're really just trying to say is that, if you were to approach any of the places where we or our friends reside with the same sort of peaceful intent as you have today, you would be most welcome. You don't have to be alone.
Welcome and rewarded.
We actually know of a sanctuary of Fey folk far to the west from here. We could arrange introductions, perhaps?
Oh, I think I know the place you're talking about. They're not really my style.
They do seem a little bit more conservative than you, that's true.
Which is perhaps why I was wondering our locations, since we are an impetus of change here. Perhaps one that you are more fond of than the burning kind.
Yeah. Oh, over there they go a little hard on the hugs,
I know exactly what you mean. But I'll tell you, Alvis ain't wrong. Our friends are good for good for a drink, good for a story, good for passing the time. You don't have to be alone if you don't want to.
And we have plenty of wine for those with information.
I don't hate the idea of it.
I'm sorry, sir. What?
She said, I don't hate the idea of a visit. Now and then. Could be fun.
Well,
yeah. That should lighten their mood.
Tell them you're friends with the aces. They'll know what you mean.
She says, here's one piece of information for you, then. So that you can get yourselves killed a little bit faster if that's what you're into. You don't look like you can fly. You haven't got wings. So you're going to need to go in the front door. I heard the lever to open the door is right in the hallway behind the front door. You can get in there somehow, then you'd be able to open it up and walk right in.
Good to know.
You know about how much pressure it takes to open it?
Nope, never been there myself.
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah. Keep giving them wine.
Thanks for the booze. Well met, strangers. have fun with the giant. And with that, she will flutter up and go away on her own business.
How straight does she fly?
No.
No.
Flies like a fly.
I assume like a bumblebee.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
Albus,
a good image.
You gave her like a full glass full at that point.
At least she went away happy.
All in a day's work to make a cousin happy.
Oh, that could turn out to be really useful later too. I would say that was wine well spent.
Or very bad. She might pull some tricks over at the tower.
I admit I was ready to use the if you will, spirit within to drive her away if it turned out that was necessary.
Right. You know, just usually better to treat Fae with a cordial and childlike kindness instead of violence when you first see them. Albus Haver seems a little shaken from the experience, but he's trying to hide it.
It was very clever of you to offer food first, by the way.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, that's what they do in the stories, right? Albus is basically the equivalent of a comic book reader, if you remember.
Right.
Similarly,
the wizards never accept food from a fae, so if they accept food from you, then they can't really offer anymore. That's smart. It's good thinking.
Yeah, exactly. No, I figure that very similarly to the Crumb Brothers, he has a knowledge of supernatural weirdness that way.
Right, that's sort of like folk fiction.
Exactly. Except instead of vampires, it's like fae and spirits and
mostly literal fairy tales, totally.
Exactly.
All right, I think that would be the end of my turn then.
God damn. And I didn't ask her about the fucking rabbit.
Oh, damn.
I was
have a chance. She'll come back for that one. Don't you worry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, did you move already? I missed it.
I did.
Okay, on the night watch, nothing interesting happens.
Excellent.
And Naya, you're up in the morning. You get one for free.
I'm having some lag, so all right, I moved, I think. And I do encounter check?
Yeah, I was tabbed out. Did you guys see if she moved?
Yeah.
I saw one hex of movement. I did not see two, though.
Yeah, move one more. And then hit encounter check. Or no, yours is free. I'm sorry, you're on the morning shift.
Okay, cool.
Ember Green is up.
I'll take it.
So Ember Green, you can move, and then you do the roll this time as you are on the noon shift.
He's coming back now. He was talking to me.
We were given a battery or the device to replace, right?
I was under the assumption that you were planning to retrieve it.
Oh, I guess we did.
I'm rolling for encounter, right?
You got to move 2 hexes and then roll encounter check.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, where are you going?
Woo woo. Is that 2?
Yep, that was 2. And then encounter check, please.
Where is it on my sheet?
It should be at the very bottom, like basically under Nimbus's icon.
Yeah.
I'm looking out for rabbits.
Sorry. I got a 5.
A 5 is fine. Nothing interesting happens for you as you take the head of the party in the noontime. Albustabber, you're going in the afternoon. Okay, a 4 is fine. So you guys are coming up on evening. It's getting a little late in the afternoon now, as you're getting close to where this fort is located. Nimbus, it would be your move.
So we've got.
If you move 2 hexes, it'll be sundown when you get there.
Okay.
What if he just moves 1 to the hex directly north of the fort? And then, is that enough time for us to make camp and head down to the fort?
Yeah, I was gonna wonder. We should make preparations and then siege at night.
I mean, I think each hex is what, 6 miles across?
6, yeah.
Here's the question:
Okay,
are we coming down the cliffside from behind, or are we going to try to find a way to get the front door open?
Well,
I thought we were gonna come down via where we placed the bug, right?
Right, but that's out in front, isn't it? Like over
No,
here?
no, that's like on the cliffside behind it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that makes even more sense because I figured we'd come down from behind and cross over the roof, basically.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of what I was thinking anyway.
Honestly, Scaver thinks we might have to shoot an arrow with a grappling hook or something, and then zip line into the fortress.
Wow, that's dynamic.
It is indeed dynamic, but what a fun word to just throw out there. It's like mathematical.
Tell me whether you're camping or whether you are going in the night.
Look, I could barely tie my shoes. The idea of climbing down a cliff at night scares me.
That's fair. Naya's pretty uncoordinated and waddles and almost encumbered. Almost heavily encumbered.
By the way, did somebody prepare Dispel Magic to dispel Ambergreen's spell?
that's not a my so.
I didn't because I assumed somebody else.
It has a password though, right?
Yeah, didn't we put a password on it?
It does have a password. That's right.
Does anyone remember what that is?
No.
I do. It was Garfnage. It was Garfnage.
It actually is Garfnage.
I remember.
Okay. Good. Yeah, so what's the plan, gang?
Sounds like they want to take a rest.
First dawn. I'll take last watch in order to wake everybody up and prep. So not a full camp, right as the peaking light of dawn comes up.
Okay. All right. Wake at dawn and then you'll go in from the top. Got it.
I mean, that's just the compromise I'm offering. If somebody wants to say something else, then.
No, that makes sense to me.
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I think the easiest way to do this is if I just float down with levitation and, attach the hook securely. Then you folks can tack it up real good with your pitons into the. If you want to do it into the hard stone, I can actually try to clear dirt away till we get to the hard stuff.
Here we are.
How will you get to clear the
This
gap?
map features 10-foot squares, just so you know.
Okay, thank you.
So it's done now. You are here.
All right, I like this levitate the line over and secure it on both ends, and then zip down all Action Jackson style.
Yeah, I mean we can try to estimate the approximate length, or I'll just get.
We were gonna
once it's
go
secure,
across the ceiling, right?
Well, so like right now we're basically on a cliff overlooking the roof of this.
That's
this
right.
You're
so
about
are we
100
gonna?
feet up.
So are we gonna cross the roof to get to the front door?
So I think what Nimbus is suggesting is that he'll fly a line over.
Yeah.
Like down there, and then we can all like slide down that line once we've secured it on both ends to get onto the roof, and then we can figure out what we want to do from there, because that'll give us a better view of the rest of the space.
Yeah, and I mean we're using the rope ladder here, so there is some amount of climbing. You might flip upside down, but just be chill, make your way down. Cool.
What's the distance down, sir?
100 feet.
To the roof, though, it would only be about 70, 80. Right.
Okay.
You forgot to click long rest, then click it. One time.
Already did.
Okay.
I even switched up my spells.
Cool. Okay, so just to reiterate, you want to deploy a hook onto the roof and then zip line down?
I mean, I can do one that's a rope and one that's a ladder, so it's easy to get down and easy to get back up. But yeah, I'm gonna use levitate and maybe a little help from Badath to get me over and on top of the roof there.
Right, Badath can pull you. And levitate lasts 10 minutes, so that's plenty of time, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Just don't put the rope ladder in the middle of two lines of straight rope, because then you'll just create a twisting death trap.
No, it's definitely two far separated points, so that way it's able to have the tension to remain one way.
Yeah, to keep oriented.
Real quick, I just want one survival check from Nimbus and one survival check from whoever at top is going to be securing the rope.
I'm gonna say this.
I can secure it at top.
Everyone still wants to go to sleep, or are we gonna strike now? Because
it's morning already. It's done.
Okay.
Are you going to do it with like a spider form or something that makes it easy for you to climb?
No, I have, since I've always existed, been able to levitate about once or twice a week.
Oh, I know. Oh, no. I thought Naya said she was going to do the top.
Oh,
I was going to stay up top.
Yeah, she's going to get the tie the rope.
Okay, what are we tying it to?
Oh, we were at Petons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
We brought a bunch of them, so we can use many of them, so it's more secure.
And Nimbus, I'm going to need a survival roll from you once you're on the roof.
Okay. Is this something Badath would be able to help me with? I mean, he kind of already is.
Yeah, I don't think so, just because it's securing the rope. Right?
Okay. Survival check. Yep, up here. Yeah, not the best.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the ropes are on there. It was definitely a bit of a noisy ordeal getting these together. A lot of clank, clank on the pittons, hammering them into the dirt. But they don't move much when you tug on them. So you think you can probably, take a line of rope or something and zip on down, and it'll probably hold your weight one at a time.
I hope so.
Why don't I go first? We'll put our heaviest first and test the line at its worst conditions.
Should we do the ladder first while we're here, or?
That's a good
Naya's
idea.
pretty
Actually,
hefty.
we should string the ladder first.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Naya's pretty hefty. She can support the pitons.
Okay.
So a 5-pound tug with my mage hand just to make sure.
Yeah, and you've got the rope ladder secured along the zip line as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Then yeah, I guess give it a shot, and I hope you don't fall. I'll be holding it on this side, obviously, but.
Okay, who's going first?
I'm gonna go first.
Okay. Give me acrobatics, please.
Okay. Can I use my inspiration?
Yeah.
That's a 1d4,
right? The inspiration on your character sheet is advantage.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was this marker thing.
Yeah, it's nice. You can pick any d20 roll and get advantage on it and spend that thing.
Yeah.
Thanks for the reminder. I forgot.
I think I'm glad I did.
Montlaurent, you make it to the roof. You land with a clang, and you kind of stumble at the end and nearly tumble. But Nimbus helps catch you and stay steady. You're on the roof. Just so you know, the roof is solid. There are no entrances from the roof aside from hopping down into the courtyards, which is about a 15-foot drop.
Right.
Are there any vents for escaping gases or not?
Not up here, no.
Okay. Kind of makes sense given what we're dealing with here.
So, do I have thing in my thieves' tools to help me out, in burgling situations?
You're just climbing a rope ladder. You'll be fine.
I'm sliding down 100 feet.
Yeah, on the zip line if you want to go that way. Yeah, just you got leather gloves, right? You're fine.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering
resistant.
if I have a thing in my thieves' tools to let me use that instead of
Caribbean.
I don't think they do. You could click on the thieves' tools to see what they contain, but I don't think they contain anything like that.
What about an S hook or
nice stout belt?
Yep.
That would be awesome to have or something, but no.
Your silk shirt.
Pair of pliers. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Now you're just gonna have to use some gloves or another string of rope, pretty much.
Yeah, I got 10 feet of string. I can rig it back and forth and back and forth. I also have silk too.
Or use the string to wrap your hands.
Yeah, use the silk rope. I think it's probably a better chance.
Yeah.
All right then. Acrobatics. You make it down just fine. A little tumble at the bottom, and you're on your feet.
Okay, so did we install the rope ladder or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 2 left.
Who's next?
I can just hand over.
I'll go last.
Is that in acrobatics?
Hand over hand? Yeah. Still give me acrobatics, I think. Easy.
Yeah. No problem.
Good upper body strength.
We dwarves are naturally limber.
Exactly.
No one throws a dwarf.
Optimized for high places and rope ladders.
Jaunty even.
So yeah, you can move over to the roof.
So what do the doors in this courtyard look like?
They're open doorways. About 10 by 10. You imagine the giant would have to crouch to get his way through these if he chose.
Okay, so question: how would we know that being on the roof if there's no openings?
Well, there's the courtyards. You can see where the rocks and stuff are. Those are open courtyards.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said that there was something open that we saw before. Okay. Naya did not make a great acrobatics check. That was with advantage.
You spent your inspiration?
I did.
Okay.
So she's gonna fumble her way down that rope ladder.
Yeah. You slip and slide and you tumble and trip at the end, and with a loud thud land on the roof.
Yep. I woke the dead if they're here.
Yeah, get up, dust yourself off. Stealth.
Yeah, stealth is not my thing, guys. Sorry.
You can move yourself. You can move your token over there. So yeah, what's the plan from here? You're all standing on the roof at this point, safely over, and the bug glints off on the cliffside, back up below where you were standing just now, but still above you now.
Right. Well, can we see like motion or anything through those doorways?
You see nothing.
How much depth do we need of rope to get from where we are on the roof down into that courtyard?
It's about 20 feet down.
All right. So Naya's got rope on her.
Okay.
Do we have another piton?
Are you gonna hammer it into the roof here?
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay. Clang,
right,
clang,
Yeah,
clang.
Huh? Is it hailing?
And the rope is secure. And you can toss it down into the courtyard.
Not subtle.
No.
Yeah. Well, at this point, we've lost our ability to be subtle anyway.
All right, you don't need to make acrobatics to get down there. It's easy to climb a straight rope.
Super quickly action style so that I can get down and be ready for any action.
Now then.
Oh my god, my werewolf Debbie is getting so stupid every time I try to like pick myself and move myself. It moves the whole screen.
Yeah, I got plenty of lag here.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh shit! I found out how to do it. I just use my arrow keys.
Hold on, am I using? Hang on. Can you guys see everything on this map?
I mean, there's no like lighting or anything, but we can't see beneath the roof or anything.
That's fucking cool. Just go ahead and turn off my lighting, I guess. Okay, hang on.
Lighting.
We've seen this before, haven't we? Oh, my connection has been interrupted. Shit.
Oh boy. It's okay. I deleted your tokens off the map for now, so it should be completely dark, right?
Nope.
Nope.
That'd be a nope.
I mean, all of my tokens still there right now, so I assume I just haven't caught up. But
all right, I'm refreshing.
Can somebody send me a screenshot of what you were seeing?
I'm refreshing.
I'm refreshing, so I lost it. But we could see the top of the thing, the top of the roof with the dark areas, and then the rocks signifying.
Oh, thank fuck!
Courtyard.
I forgot. I pasted your tokens in and forgot to actually move you over. Hell yeah. Okay. 1 sec. I forgot to move the maps.
Oh, gotcha. You were looking at an entirely different map.
Yes, and fortunately so, because I looked at the lighting after you came in here, and the lighting was off. So 1 second, let me make sure these tokens are okay. They're using legacy lighting, which actually works. The map is using legacy lighting. The map here is using legacy. Why was legacy lighting for this one turned off? Who knows? Who knows?
It's a mystery.
It is. It always a new fun mystery to solve.
Okay, that's what my screen looked like, what they posted.
How about now? Can somebody take a screenshot of now and make sure that
now it looks different.
Yes.
I see giant tubes of lava. Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, we saw that before.
Yeah, you saw the outside of that.
Damn it, my server connection's been interrupted again.
Delightful. Well,
here you are. My map looks no different than it did before I refreshed.
No, I have lighting.
You didn't transfer to a new map?
Nope.
I think I did.
Not.
Yeah, if you have lighting, you did, Amber Green.
Certainly
I
did.
have the lava out front, the guy, in front of it.
Yeah, you're still looking at the top-down map.
Lava in front, party in the back.
Right.
Can you move Naya again? How does that even work?
I'm refreshing now. Oh,
yeah,
something's different. Lighting is different. I am having a great deal of lag. Can I say?
That's fun and good. And
okay, so yes, lava tubes in the walls.
Really, really glad I pay $10 a month for this shit.
Okay,
well,
so
yes,
it looks like I see
courtyard.
something different. Yes. See a lava tube in the wall with lava coming out.
Yeah. It looks empty so far.
Looks like Mont Lawrence.
Yeah, please don't move around for free in here.
Not for free? Okay, sorry.
In fact, why don't you all roll initiative?
I will do so. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I was going to ask.
Right. We'll set that to a 20. You rolled an 18 first.
Cool.
I was going to ask if I could stick next to Mont Lauren, because I would have moved with him.
Well, yeah, let me put you back to where you all were.
Okay.
There we go. So we'll start.
To reload my character sheet.
No problem. It's kind of like playing Dungeons and Dragons at a table where the DM has to draw the map on a 20 by 20 square wet erase sheet every time you move rooms.
Yeah, I imagine it went at least this slow when you're doing pen and paper.
Right.
I remember doing MUDs back in the day with pen and paper, drawing out the maps based on the directions, and it fucking took forever.
It's just a real experience, right?
Hey, Paul, do you have an Amazon Daemon device?
Huh?
I can't say her name exactly.
Do you have an Alexa? I can. Mine is
No, I went the other place. Sorry.
No worries. The only reason I ask is because it has a skill where you can ask it to play D&D with you, and it will dungeon master you on a single player adventure where you go into this actually kind of complicated dungeon, and you can go in and out. There's a town outside, and
that sounds like it might be worth getting.
And you have a total quest to kill the necromancer. But the thing is, like, you must graph paper that shit, or you will get so lost.
Yeah, it's like the olden days of MUDs.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
pretty sick. I've only ever played it roaring drunk late at night, but I've found these grid paper maps that I've drawn and just been like, oh, playing D&D, were we?
Okay, character sheet finally loaded.
Okay, Amber Green, can you roll initiative 2, please? Familiars can move with their owners for here, by the way.
Do I need to re-roll initiative? I think I do.
It never rolled it for you anyway, so yeah.
Okay. All right, I got 12.
Okay, Montlarin, you're up first. So yeah, you descend into this courtyard.
Yeah, first thing I would do is move to surreptitiously scope out the other doorways.
Okay. Nothing but the wind blowing dust around you for now.
Where is the wind coming from to blow dust?
Above, kind of cycloning around into the courtyards from the open air.
Okay, but there's nothing like whistling down corridors or anything like that?
The room to your west seems to have an open doorway that goes into the western courtyard. So there is in fact a little bit of whistling there, but it's not like storming or anything right now. So all of these
this is a
doorways,
pretty big courtyard.
yeah, all of these doorways are wide open, and the ground is well and truly raised into nothing.
Feels more like an atrium.
No plants, no weeds, just dirt and ash.
Like an interior atrium. I mean, houses were built with those built in the 80s. So
totally.
And like Roman times.
So Montlarin, you're just creeping around.
Yeah, just basically making sure we're secure.
Okay. It's Amber Green's turn after Montlarin. So yeah, we're in explore mode, but you can move, do whatever actions you want, you know.
Yeah. No, my problem is click and drag doesn't work very well for me, so I have to use the arrow keys. Is that 25?
5 tiles?
I think it was.
I thought these were 10-foot tiles.
That was the other map.
Yeah, okay. We're back to 5.
All right.
Sorry, I didn't specify.
Right, I'm pretty sure that was 5. I was trying to get up on this rock here, well, behind this rock, but I think I ran out.
Okay. I just need to minimize. Hold on. There we go. One more.
Somewhat sotto voce, Naya says, I would be very surprised if they left this place unguarded. So there might be very few here, but I do expect some guards.
Likewise.
At least floating skulls, right?
Okay, never mind. Yeah, unguarded would be false to talk about Morio's place.
Okay. Yeah, Naya, you're up.
Okay, Serb, what are we looking at with this thing on the back wall? I see mesh. I see what looks like lava flows coming out of the wall, and then my line of sight wrecks it. So
what you assume to be the very large brass pipe that you could see out front, pouring lava into that river.
Right. So when the lava that I can see, where is it going? Going someplace outside of the walls of these courtyard?
It again, when you were in front of the fort, you saw that there were two giant pipes that were pouring out lava into that lava river that extends some distance, several miles out from here.
Right.
And behind it.
So is this like an origin of lava? And that just allows this to continue inside the interior walls and then flow out by the front door?
Well, from here you just see the brass pipe that you assume is the same one, and it is actually it's actually a couple feet off the ground, and it turns at a 90-degree angle to go straight down north of you. And
so that end is like an elbow joint?
Yes, and behind the elbow joint, Naya, you see what appear to be stairs leading down. Spiral.
Oh, okay.
Roof access.
I'm moving over there to see what I can possibly see, but I have a lot of lag. Sorry.
Yeah. So getting close to that, you would accurately see a spiral staircase going down. It looks like.
Is that what that mesh thing is?
Yes.
Is it actually a spiral staircase? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Is that going to be your full turn?
I'm going to put her back where she was, and then I'm going to move. Pretty much near where Amber Green is.
Okay.
Like that.
After Naya, it's Nimbus. He casts Mage Armor. Excellent.
Also, don't know if you're muted or anything, Nimbus, but we can't hear you if you've been speaking.
Oh, yeah. Other than putting on the mage armor, I figure I'd just kind of stay with the pack here and keep an eye out for stuff.
Okay. All right, and we're back around to Albus. At Albus at the bottom, rather.
I would say that it appears the giant probably doesn't even go into this courtyard, but has a something that brings them into the main floor, so they can exit out the main drawbridge there. Yes.
Let me just open up Ian's character sheet to check her speed again.
Like, I think I see maybe a platform that moves be about 10 feet by 10 feet out to the south of here.
All right.
What you can see south of you is a
fire
pit. Yeah. It does somewhat resemble a fire pit to you from this distance.
That was just my first thought seeing it. Like it looked like a barbecue pit or something.
Alvis is going to ready his whip to attack anything that might pop out of nowhere. And I was going to roll perception to see what the room looked like that Keen was about to enter. What it smelled like, too.
That was the room that Naya had looked at, just so you know.
Okay. So I'll actually hold off on that until I get a closer look then.
Okay. Mount Lauren.
Alrighty. Taking a look at the hallway here. What do I see?
To your south, you see the raised drawbridge is not currently down. To your north, or to your west, you see the other courtyard. To your north, you see a grand 20-foot tall door. Nearly touches the ceiling. Currently shut.
Wait, where is he seeing that?
That's the purple thing there, I assume?
Correct. Yeah, that's the door.
That is a big-ass door.
I guess I don't see a purple thing.
It's probably out of your sight from where you're at, because it's like just around the corner from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Giant's kind of a... he kind of has a big ass.
Yeah, he would need a big-ass door.
She's got a big ass, she waddles, and she doesn't have night vision.
No, not Naya. I meant Dragon Lord Assface, who
okay.
Guarded.
She resembles that remark. It does resemble that remark a bit.
That's funny. Zoramos or something is his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna. Man, I don't really have anything useful. Like, I kind of wish I was not quite the flavor of paladin I am right now. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna follow Alvis's lead. I'm gonna draw my long sword just so that it's ready. But otherwise, I'm just gonna keep an ear out for trouble for now.
Amber Green is silent.
Aren't you a bird?
Yes, I am. I'm thinking about it. Hold up. All right, I guess I'm gonna be like, are we headed that direction as a team?
I'm actually just scoping the perimeter. I haven't decided which way looks best yet, to be honest.
Right, and down there is a spiral staircase.
No, the spiral staircase is north. Down there is what looks like a fire pit from here.
We actually fire pit. Okay.
Looked close enough to see what it is.
And beyond that, the drawbridge. Do we want to open the drawbridge?
That's the spiral staircase. I see.
As a general question to the group, do we want to even open the drawbridge? Do we have a reason to open the drawbridge?
Yeah, I was gonna say not yet. If this place really is empty, then sure? Question mark. You know,
if we've destroyed the
all right, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna chill and just keep my head on a swivel and see what's going on from these three sort of possible.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Areas. Well, let's scope out what we can.
Okay, Naya.
She's just gonna move. Flag 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, fuck.
Oh, question. How tall was the central wing of the building compared to the roof we landed on? Like, does it go up really high, or is it about the same height?
It's all about the same height. There may be a small slope up in the central room and hallway here, but it's not severe.
Okay. It looks like more or less the same sort of architecture as the way Morio's place was built, just on a grander scale, or is this actually a more defensible sort of thing?
Is Naya done?
Yeah, I said done. Yeah, I posted it.
In that case, Nimbus, you can make a history check if you want to kind of get a feel for that information. It's not the same. You think this was a completely different architect or architecture, while a not totally dissimilar style. This seems like a place that was built to be defended, perhaps, while Morio's lair seemed, to your memory, more like a manse.
Yes.
That had been repurposed.
I think I would agree on that. This definitely feels like a fortress as opposed to a place to live.
Don't leave out the
place posh. Yeah.
Don't
I expect to see barracks and stuff like that.
The possibility of there being switches in the walls, other sorts of things to open access. Seems like it. All right. I would probably then continue moving down this way. Back here.
Okay. Albus?
All right. So it was big motherfucking door, and I'm
Yeah.
only doing this right now because I would technically be standing under Mont Larin because I'm going to swift past the corner. I just wanted to roll stealth while I did that.
You're stealthily moving.
Well, yeah, I was going to be stealthy once I moved out of the shadows of Mont Larin's lofty legs.
Okay, sure. You're being stealthy. Any plan?
Keen will move. I gotta remember it's 20.
Yeah, and okay, so you're still pretty good on keen range.
Yeah, that's not 100 feet.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was gonna roll perception with Keen, and Alvis was going to roll perception too. Alvis is looking for that lever they were talking about, but after he does that first look around in this hallway, he's then going to switch over to Keen and see what she sees.
Okay. Give me perception on both then. Keep in mind, you do have to use your action to see through the eyes, but yeah, that's what you're doing here. So Albus, you spot a perfectly ordinary looking winch down on the southwest side next to the entrance. It's currently locked into place, and the drawbridge is up. But it looks like the sort of thing that you guys could probably knock down pretty easily, especially now that you're inside already.
Sweet.
As for Keen, I'm not even going to make you make a perception check for her because all she sees is a long, empty hallway full of nothing but this very large brass tube. Again, it's a couple feet off the floor, and it goes all the way down to where you can kind of see an opening in the wall, where it juts out to the outside, and you can see sort of outside a little bit. It's not airtight, and that presumably is where the lava goes.
And what does it smell like in here? Is it also hot?
It is quite warm here. Yes.
All right. Does it smell like rodent? Or not rodent, fucking, of course it smelled like rodent because of her, but
sulfur?
I mean, reptile. Sulfur is also a good one, but does it smell like any of the salamanders have been here recently?
Well, salamanders smell a little bit like sulfur too themselves. But yeah, you and Keen both have the scent of ash and magmatic gases on your noses.
Bird's not flipping out, is it?
Not at the moment. No.
Cool. All right. That's going to be my turn. I give Montlarn the shh face.
Yeah, okay. I guess since you're kind of scoping out the hallway, I'm going to start moving towards that door in the south then. And I'll say this all whispery as I like shuffle off.
That's the exit, isn't it?
No, I'm going to go check out that fire pit.
Oh.
Remember, though, I'm slow, so that's actually as far as I get.
You can dash if you like.
I don't like, though, because that would be loud.
You can dash if you want to.
Dashing is not louder than walking.
Really?
It uses your action. So it's the time that you would take to do an action is spent walking instead.
So what you're saying is dashing isn't like running; it's like power walking. That's hilarious. I will never move that image now.
In like
leave your friends behind.
You remember Haste in the Might and Magic games and how it would make the sprites move at double time?
Exactly. Yep.
Because
totally.
Friends don't dash, and if they don't dash,
all right. Well, in that case, I will dash so that I can look through the doorway. What am I looking at?
Yeah, it very much looks like a fire pit, and there are a few other black iron tools and objects around. You even see, I think you can see this. Can I Does this have a thing where I can?
Yeah, can you do the Fantasy Grounds thing where you can see what I see?
I'm trying to see if I can have darkness opacity. But I think that only works if I turn off global illumination, which I don't want to do right now. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can see this 15-foot long black rectangle in the map just south of the fire pit.
Yeah. So yeah, a couple of tables, and if you look closely at the fire pit, you think you see charred bones and stuff amongst the ashes.
Awesome. That's perfect. Montlarn wonders if he's looking at some sort of horrific Cronenberg-esque form of a forge. That's my turn.
Yeah, it's Ambergreen's turn now.
I didn't mean to do that, actually. Okay. 15, 20. I'll probably stop and be like, what do your elf eyes see?
I'm not sure. I think it might be a sort of infernal workshop.
Well, what do your dwarf eyes see?
I'm short. I meant like you're tall.
No excuses.
What else were you thinking?
No, I mean you were like, you know what? Never mind.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
So are you just going to stop there?
Yeah, I'm just going to stop and be ready.
Okay.
We'll advance with him when next we move.
Beady Dwarf Eyes on the lookout.
Yep.
Naya's up.
Hammer in hand.
Got a plan, Naya? Have we lost our druid?
No, I'm here. She doesn't really have a plan, and she can only waddle so far. So I think I'm just going to take my 5 steps and go south. With lag.
Right.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Again, you can dash if you want to use your action on that instead of anything else. And if you want to go faster, it's up to you. You don't have to.
Well, I mean, she's encumbered, so she can just get nowhere faster.
Hey, 8 tiles is better than 4, right?
Yeah.
All right, well then she will go over and hang out with these guys.
Okay. And then it'll be Nimbus's turn.
There we go. It snapped to grid. All right. I think I'm going to have a frostbite at the ready in case something obviously hostile goes up.
Okay, that's your cantrip, right?
Yeah, so it's not going to cost me anything.
Naya has that ready as well.
Well, you dashed, so you actually can't.
Correct.
Well, but I can on my next turn, can't I?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, that's what I meant.
All right, and that's about it. I don't need to do
Okay.
anything fancy.
Albus, you're up.
I am going to get a stealthy and good look at this door and see if it has any mechanisms.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll perception on this door.
All right.
I assume you're taking a close look at it, not just like jiggling the handle or anything, right?
I was even going to be willing to like use my tools and stuff to poke at it a bit. I got.
Maybe if you'd gotten a better roll, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can relate.
Big iron door with big iron handles. It looks pretty sturdy, and indeed the handles are pretty high up. You could probably jump and grab them, but the door might be tough to open on your own.
Right.
Definitely big enough for a giant to get through.
Yeah.
Do you push on the door at all?
I'm gonna run over with the last of my movement to that corner.
Yeah.
And then I will stealthily push open the door. Do I have to roll stealth?
No, but the door doesn't respond to being pushed. You think you might need to manipulate the levers, the handles.
I get ready my string, or sorry, my rope.
You might be able to mage hand it.
Oh crap! Good point. I'm a fucking trickster. I'm gonna try to pull.
You did use your turn investigating the door, so on your next turn you could mage hand it.
Good point. You saw I moved Keen up there. Since I haven't gotten any closer to, those are stairs.
Yes, they go down.
Okay. Since I haven't gotten any closer to the stairs, I am not doing anything else.
Okay. They appear to be black iron grates from her perspective.
Would with like a little hop as she's moving towards it on that last like 5 feet, are the holes in the grates big enough for her to paw over? I mean, small enough, rather.
She can probably navigate over them. Yeah, she might need to kind of grip, but she's not going to fall right through.
Okay. She's also a fat rat, so.
Yeah, she's also oil, so she might just slurp right through.
Oh, I actually had never thought about that.
Does she have the talent slurp?
Nah, she's just drippy. She can't slurp.
I could. I mean, that's one of the things that makes slimes my favorite.
Montlauren, you're up.
Right on.
Okay. When you step over the threshold, you explode.
What?
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Yep. Okay.
What?
Oh, that got sent to me. Shit. All right.
You didn't blow it up.
There you go.
All right. You said Dex.
That is a dexterity saving throw, DC 17. Yes, according to the.
This will be an additional +2 because of my aura. That's all.
Nice.
Oh, good God!
Oh
no! You explode.
Ah!
No.
No.
Light and burning energy lights up around your feet and nearly immolates you, dealing 24 damage.
Holy crap.
It's fine. I'll be all right.
Yeah, the smoke clears. He's still standing.
Feeling a little dizzy.
He looks very singed.
It's a good thing I had these pants.
You're coming up.
It was acid,
Do
not fire
I
damage.
recognize that as a glyph of warding?
Ambergreen, yeah, you would.
Yeah, I know that spell.
That was acid, not fire.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
It was acid.
Nice.
Yeah. What? Let's see. I think I will use my action to.
Okay, too late now.
Drink a potion of healing.
Okay, cool. Cool text at the bottom of that.
Wow, what the hell is that?
That's roll 20.
Okay. Yeah. So, you are able to pop a flask.
Better than nothing. All right, that's my turn.
Pop some flasks.
Ambergreen, you're up.
Hold on a second. Let me think. I was gonna follow you, but
yeah, if you know any
Not a good idea.
dispel spells, now might be the time.
If you have any heathens, use those before you cross the threshold. You might be able to trigger a trap.
Ambergreen, you know that glyphs of warding specifically are.
Those are one shot, right? Don't they pop?
Yep.
Okay, so since I know that, I'm gonna risk it and try to come up next to you. All right, I very gingerly stick my flute through the doorway before I step through. And then I step through.
You don't explode.
And I look over and I go, glyph of warding. I know this one.
Yeah, properly warded, I be.
And then I'll turn back around to Naya and be like, I guess it's safe now.
Okay, well, I was just going to throw him a heal, so let me get over there.
I mean, assuming that's the only one.
You are standing in what appears to be perhaps a kitchen with a large communal pit at the center.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense.
And yeah, Naya, you're up.
Okay. Oh my god, the lag.
It's really cool.
It's roll 20 seconds later.
Or 30.
Or
Jesus.
a minute or two, yeah.
Well, I threw a healing word at Montmorin. Someday it'll show up.
Whenever it pops.
Wow. I mean, I can re-roll it, but I'm afraid it would just do it again.
Yeah, we'll just wait for it.
Holy shit. That's like 70 seconds at this point.
Did you get it in your chat, or are you still waiting for it?
No, I'm still waiting.
Try it again, maybe, in that case.
All right.
Yeah, maybe got swallowed or something.
Actually,
never mind. It's asking me what level.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome.
Shit.
Oh, that's great.
Sorry, man.
Clearly my lucky number is 7 tonight.
Clearly.
I'm just saying, dex throw, healing.
There were a couple 7s in that 24.
So as far as like kitchen stuff goes, like, is there anything of note or interest, like particularly nice knives or anything like that?
It's pretty crude, actually. Like again, it's all like just rough black iron stuff. Very utilitarian in here.
Anything apparent in the ashes of the fire pit in terms of what they eat?
You do spot a few bones of various things. Hard to tell what they are.
Anything interesting?
You could nature check to identify. Hard to tell. They're charred.
It's my day for rolls, I tell you.
Charred up and all in pieces.
Okay.
So you can't really tell what they're made out of. All right, Nimbus, you're up.
I guess my mic was muted again there.
Yeah.
We should probably think about doing detect magic and scoping out any other glyphs and traps that might be waiting for us in this place.
Absolutely. Truth be told, I didn't expect that level of sophistication from those two.
I can look for them, but I don't have a spell.
Does anybody somebody must
like.
have detect magic as a ritual, right?
Yeah, I do.
I don't have it
I can get
prepared,
started
so
on that
that's
right
my
now.
bad.
Yeah, I was just gonna do it the old-fashioned way with rocks and items and shit.
Takes 10 minutes, but I can get started on that right now.
You can also roll investigation to try to see the nearly invisible glyphs.
Not perception, huh?
Correct.
Well, shit.
I'll let you make one roll for the floor that you're on.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I don't have any bonus points.
How about now?
Nice.
Very good.
I just want to point out that's natural. No, I have a +0 on my investigation.
Very nice.
Well, Amber Green, you don't see any in this room.
Damn it, I wasted it.
Well, like I said, I'm letting you use that for the floor.
Cool.
So you can walk around with that, and
I will. I mean, in fact, now that I know that they're here, I was like, hey, I know that spell, so now I'm looking for it.
Okay. Well, Nimbus is taking 10, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll be starting on that, but at least you know where the glyphs are.
Yeah, so what does everybody else want to do while Nimbus is casting?
Quietly scout around with the knowledge of exploring room.
I'll move around the room, but I mean,
Okay,
really, we know that there's none there.
Alvis, it's your turn, and you did hear that explosion. So, does this change your plans at all?
One, I'm going to be more cautious.
Okay.
2, I'm going to dash across the room. Actually, to there. And I'm going to remain stealthed and hidden.
Okay.
Keen, meanwhile, I can't see through because this is well more than 100 feet.
That is not quite true, but will be soon.
Actually, she's moving back this way to see what's going on.
Okay.
You see that there has been some sort of commotion. People are gathering, essentially.
Yeah, but they seem like they're doing okay at this point. Naya threw out a word of healing, and Montlarin is tossing the vial from his potion now.
Okay. Also, could you mark where this lever is? This lever?
Yeah.
Danke.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Can you see that through the wall?
I have a weird angle on it according to the map. The shadow that I can't see is like halfway right here, and it points down. Yeah, it's a weird shadow. Apparently, I can see like most of this square, except maybe not like a bit of it.
That's fine.
The lever's right there. I dashed. It's a bonus action.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, it's yeah.
All right. Well, while we're waiting for Nimbus, I guess I'll just step back and hole up.
Okay. Ambergris.
Yeah. What's in the fire pit?
Bones and stuff.
Like we said, bones and ashes. Yeah, they were a little hard to identify.
Huh. All right. No, like glint of anything.
You don't see anything like that.
Neither do we see anything particularly weird.
No.
Or worrisome, like human bones or stuff.
Oh, there haven't been many humans encountered by these people.
No. None that they've won against.
Looks like a fountain. Like
Is there water in it?
A water pump. You want to turn it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
Hey, wow, water. Is it
automated water?
Does it stink?
It is pretty sulfurous water. Yeah. Whatever source it's coming from in this mountain here is definitely
It's got a dead tourist in it.
not the cleanest.
Right. Okay, I'll turn it off and be like, wow. But I've walked my 25 feet and done a turn, so I'm still just kind of investigating. Huh. You guys, stinky water.
Okay. Naya.
Which surprises nobody. Naya is going to basically stay put. She's right here. She's got an eye on Mount Lauren.
Okay.
And she's just waiting for Nimbus to see what he'll come up with.
Yeah, and that's going to be,
And then she didn't have anything particularly to do.
99 more turns. So
Yep.
We'll speed that up shortly. Okay, it's 1 a.m. for me. I think this might be a actually great point to take a break and stop for the evening. Unfortunately, I'm a little tired out today.
That's fine.
That's 1 a.m.'s plenty time, man.
Yeah. This is like almost 3 hours?
Yeah. Is everybody here next week? I want to make sure everybody can still play.
I can.
I might be a little late. I'm actually getting my second vaccine at exactly 7.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I can probably be here.
Well, Mount Lauren is likely to be good for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Once he comes back and he's got his shot, he's likely to be okay and then not okay.
Right. And then I'm down for the weekend.
Exactly. Right. We'll see how
we
that
gotta
goes.
sleep.
All right, sounds good. In that case, we'll just call it there for tonight and come back here next week. If you have to be a little bit late, that's fine, and we'll just go where we left off.
Yeah, you guys can autopilot me in the meantime.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, thanks for
joining.
Thanks,
sir.
Thanks for the session.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
All right.
Thanks
Bye,
for
everybody.
hosting.
Good night.
Everybody watching, thanks for watching. See you later.
See you later.
Yep, night, everybody.